was having dinner with my wife and two of my three kids, my two older kids, last night. My youngest son, Dutch, was at basketball practice. He's on a traveling AAU team. And then Blake says to me at dinner, she's like, Dutch starts school in just 2.5 weeks. And I was like, what?
That's so crazy.
Wow, that seems so soon. It doesn't seem fair. It doesn't seem like it's been long enough yet. And then I was thinking about, we got to go at the end of the month and go move my son Jake he moved into another dorm or another apartment. And then Kemp moves in a month and a half. He goes back to Hawaii. And then what? Then I was thinking about my sister's son is going to school for the first time. Rich's daughter is going to school far away.
Yeah, New York City. She got into the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York City, and she moves the second week of August. So our little vacation, we just hung out all the time, and I'm trying to squeeze in every second I can with that kid because I already miss her. I think it's sad.
Yeah. I know.
It's
She's
exciting.
moving so far away.
But have you gone yet and found an apartment for her?
Oh, she's got a dorm. She's moving in with 3 girls. So there'll be 4 girls in a dorm. And I think that they're like 4 girls in a room, but they all get this kitchen area, and I think they get their own bathrooms or something like that, but it's in the dorm. Anyway, so now that I'm trying to hang out with her so much, she is totally over me as far as hanging out.
What? She's like, Dad, it's a bit much.
I know. I'm like, let's go, Audrey. It's Tuesday. Let's go to Trader Joe's. And I get I'm good.
Oh, no.
Or, I'm tired. I'm just going to hang out here. Do you want to watch a movie? Do you want to watch Party of 5? Because she started watching Party of 5. I'm totally down to watch Party of 5 with her. And she's like, no, I'm going to watch it and nap and read. You go do your thing over there. So
that's the long version of I'm good.
The pushback, the pushback.
The I'm good is a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
And even I'll visit her at her work. She works at a record store, and I'll pop by the record store, and she'll give me hey, thanks for coming by. Have a great afternoon.
Oh my gosh, you're like a clingy boyfriend, Audrey. She's like, dude, leave me alone.
I know.
I get it because you're like, once she goes to New York, it's not like a skip and a hop away.
No,
that's a big trip to take to see her.
I'm pretty sure she's the type of person that doesn't move back home. I think once she tastes New York, then she will be a big city kid, and live there anyway. So I also know I'm too much.
But I mean, you really do need to get that time in. And when she comes home for Thanksgiving and Christmas, she's going to want to be with you and with her family. And
she's already pushed back on Thanksgiving. She's like, Thanksgiving, New York, my birthday is Thanksgiving. I could fly home. And she looks at me and she's like, or I could have breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh,
yes.
I'm like,
ready.
oh, man.
She's ready to spread her wings and fly away.
And that's the thing. You raise your kids so that they have ambitions, so that they go do stuff. So I'm not complaining about it. I'm just noticing it, and I'm trying to just back up a little bit, but it is really hard. That's all. It's really hard.
So we have this sauna in our garage.
Yeah.
When you said I'm good.
I'm good.
It made me think of something because that's the response to a lot of my kids give. We have the sauna in the garage, and my wife and I were taking a sauna together. And I know my son Kemp wanted to sauna, but he was watching Summer League basketball yesterday. And so he goes, hey, I'll go in after you. And I go, okay. So I have a certain amount of time I go in. And I went in before my wife, and then she jumped in with me. And then you put the iPad a certain way when you're listening to music, and it gives you the words of the song, right? So you can sing along. And she's in there singing at the top of her lungs with me. And I'm playing along. I'm like, okay, it's fun, but it's also hot. And my time is up. I get out of the sauna. She's got like 4 minutes left. And I walk through the living room, and Kemp goes, are you guys done with the sauna? I go, yeah, Mom's got like 4 minutes left. She's singing karaoke at the top of her lungs. I said, if you want to go join her. And he goes, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
It's such a dismissive no thank you, isn't it?
No.
Thanks, man. Anyway, I'm good. What about you, Payton? What's going on with your world? What's going on? You were saying, this reminded me of something you said, because Blake made salmon burgers last night, and as soon as she took a bite, a bone came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang. So I left the salmon burger and ate a hamburger. I don't want a bone. I don't want seafood. Sometimes freaks me out a little bit.
I can see that.
Yeah, I'm not like the biggest seafood eater. I can't get down with sushi or crab or anything like that. It's a texture thing for me. Like, that's what it is. I'm sure it tastes good, but I found my way to seafood boil mukbang TikTok.
I don't even know what that is.
You guys, you guys ever seen like a seafood boil at one of those restaurants?
Of course.
So basically, these people get these massive amounts of like crab and shrimp and crawfish and boiled eggs and potatoes and all these kind of things in this like delicious little seafood sauce, and then they eat it in front of the camera. And the way that they eat it, it looks like it tastes so good. I've never tried it ever in my life, but I have this wicked craving for a seafood boil. And
Once
I
you
want
do
it so bad.
Once you do it, I think it's great. There's a few restaurants near you that kill it.
I think they're gross. But the mukbang, every time, I've even reposted the mukbang stuff, it's usually something disgusting. It's not something that you've seen before. They're usually eating something that looks gross or
Like
phallic.
a weird creature of the sea?
Yeah. And they're eating it right into the camera. And you're like, whoa, what is this? And it's usually some body part that you normally wouldn't eat.
Well, the ones that I've gone to are just a bunch of like cute girls from the South eating crawfish and teaching you how to eat seafood.
Oh, I haven't seen them. Then I got to show you the ones I watch.
It looks so good, but
Your For You page and my For You page are very different.
You guys are on
Algorithm
different
shifts.
algorithms.
Yeah, it's just gross. But yeah, it's not, like I can do sushi, but when there's actual fish or something where there could be bones and stuff, grosses me out. I can't do it. Sushi's different. They're just little chunks. They don't seem real. Anyway, Kyle, what are 3 things we need to know today?
A new challenge has been thrown out between the candidates in this year's election. Although it has nothing to do with policies or actual politics. Trump has officially challenged Biden to a golf match.
It will be among the most watched sporting events in history, maybe bigger than the Ryder Cup or even the Masters. I will give him 10 strokes a side, and if he wins, I will give the charity of his choice, any charity that he wants, $1 million.
$1 million.
It's actually happening, and it's all springing from...
It's happening?
Well, Biden hasn't agreed to it yet, but that was a real challenge that was thrown out. Because if you watch the debate, they were arguing like children over their golf, like par, or like whatever their handicap is, right?
He'd be like,
Okay.
he'd be like,
I
I'll
would
give you
do.
$1 million, not just to your charity, but if he said, I'll give you $1 million to your campaign fund or something to make him like...
To make him more.
But then again, if he says no to a charity, then he looks bad.
Right, that's true.
So-
I mean, and in the debate, Biden did say anytime.
Oh, he did.
So we'll see. We'll see
There's
what
no
happens.
way this would
That's
happen.
interesting.
I just feel like we are
Pay-per-view.
living in
I mean,
such
yes,
a
it will.
sideways world right
Yeah,
now.
we are
It's
so
like,
in the
what
upside
is
down right
happening?
now.
Yeah.
It should happen.
If it was pay-per-view, would you pay?
No.
I think
No.
I think I would.
I would.
No, I'd find someone else. I would go to your house, Johnjay.
Okay, yeah, true.
Watching golf is hard.
Yeah. So if you're thinking of, checking out a very popular tourist hotspot called Death Valley,
Been there.
experts are saying maybe just avoid it. Like the whole nation's kind of under a heat wave right now. The high today is 127 degrees, and tourists are flocking there, even though there's been heat-related deaths, several heat-related deaths at Death Valley. But people are coming from, like France and Spain and England, and they're like, it's so different from where they live that it's like it's worth the risk. So they're saying, listen, if you are headed there, just make sure that you are overly prepared. Don't stay too long, because heat stroke, heat exhaustion is a real thing, and people have literally passed away from it. So
Check this out. So my wife has a family friend, friend of their family, that one guy, he just didn't want to be around anymore, and he went to Death Valley, just walked into the desert,
oh, that's so sad.
disappeared. They never saw him again.
Are you kidding?
Sad.
And then his dad died years later, and they saw the dude at the funeral. Like he faked his death.
No.
Yeah. Like they just know that he walked into Death Valley at
terrible.
127 degrees, and they never saw him again.
It's like really illegal.
I know, but I guess the rumor was he's living in Mexico somewhere.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that is insane. Also insane, but on the opposite spectrum of things. This is pretty incredible. Johns Hopkins Medical School. I can never say that. Johns Hopkins Medical School. I didn't go there, obviously. Just got $1 billion donation, and this donation will cover the tuition for most students, and some students are actually going to even get their living expenses paid for. I think that this is pretty awesome, because most students leave that school with at least $100,000 in debt, and they're going to become doctors to try to help us. So I thought that was pretty cool. Big news. And that's 3 things you need to know.
Yeah, here's the guy. It's billionaire Mike Bloomberg. Here's the audio of him doing that. I think it's the reaction.
$1 billion.
Just jokes.
Thank you for that.
I'm going to tell you the celebrity that matches your energy based on your zodiac sign. And if it's your birthday today, you are a Cancer and you share a birthday with Sofia Vergara, Angus Cloud, may he rest in peace, and Jessica Simpson.
Teresa, good morning. What's your sign?
Hi, Hi, good morning. I'm a Sagittarius.
Okay, so for my Sagittarius, the celebrity that has the same type of energy as you is Taylor Swift. She's adventurous, she's optimistic, and she loves freedom. Taylor's ever-changing music style and her love for sharing her personal experiences through songs reflects a Sagittarius desire for exploration and storytelling. So I hope you're a Taylor Swift fan today, Teresa.
Today I will be, just because she's my sign and all.
Right, exactly. Go and play some Shake It Off or something to get your morning started.
All right, Teresa.
All right. I dig it. Thank you.
Have a wonderful day. Megan, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your sign?
Aquarius.
Okay, so Aquarius, the celebrity that matches your energy is Oprah Winfrey. She is innovative. She is a humanitarian. She loves to think outside of the box. So Oprah's groundbreaking talk show and her numerous efforts to show her Aquarian desires to make a positive impact in the world directly affects you guys as an Aquarius.
Awesome. Well aware and very appropriate.
Thanks, Megan. So does that mean Oprah is also?
She is also an Aquarius, yes.
How about for Kyle, for Libras?
Yes, Kyle for Libra. I think we all know this one. The goated Kim Kardashian. She matches your Libra energy, Kyle. Charming, diplomatic. She has a love for beauty and harmony. And Kim's ability to maintain relationships and her impeccable sense of style are classic Libra traits. Makes you guys a natural in the world of social media and fashion, which is perfectly fitting for you, Kyle.
Love it.
You are my Kim Kardashian, Kyle.
Stop it. Go on. It's good.
How about Rich, Pisces?
Rich, my Pisces, Rihanna. She's also a Pisces. That is celebrity that matches your energy. She's creative. She is empathetic and she is a dreamer. Rihanna's ability to effortlessly switch between music, fashion, beauty, along with her efforts to be a philanthropist.
One of those.
One of those, Rich. You get what I'm saying. Showcases her Pisces creativity and compassion.
She is the coolest.
Yeah, she's pretty dope.
You see a picture of her baby, except Rocky
Yes.
holding a baby.
Oh
That was a
my gosh.
cute baby.
So cute.
Cute baby. What about for you, for Leo?
Leo's Jennifer Lopez. That is a celebrity that matches our energy. Charismatic, confident, and she loves to be admired. J-Lo's stunning performances, her commanding presence, and ability to captivate audiences shows Leo's star quality and love for the limelight.
Okay, how about for Virgo?
Take a guess.
Beyonce.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Beyonce.
Or Zendaya. I'll take either one.
Either one, both baddies. Detail-oriented, hardworking, and a perfectionist. Beyonce's meticulous attention to detail in her performances and her incredible work ethic are pure Virgo qualities.
Okay, that's good. If we didn't get to your sign there, I'll post it on our website, johnjayrich.com. Oh. Oops. Forgot there was a music bed under there. 2 double music beds. My bad. That's my bad. I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you guys really quick my Bieber story. So I was in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and I was staying at a place called Gazer Ranch, and that's where Bieber has a house. And I met somebody at a party, and it turns out the person I met at the party is actually listens to our show. They've been messaging me for a couple of years, so I went back and forth with this person, and we met up at this party. Bieber bought his house. Like, his house was right down the street from where I was staying, and he says that Bieber was always hanging out with this hockey player, this famous hockey player, and the hockey player was like, dude, just get a place here. So Bieber's people called him and said, we want to buy your house, and they made this crazy offer. So they bought all the furniture, all the dishes, everything.
Wow.
And then the guy, his name's Chris, who owns the house, he already happened to own the lot next door. So he's building a house right now next door to Bieber's house, which is the house that Bieber bought.
He made so much money on that. No problem just buying one and just building the whole thing.
It's taken 3 years, he said, to build it. They still haven't built it yet. Yeah.
What a
That would
nuts
be
story.
so bananas to be like negotiating with Bieber's.
I know.
Yeah.
And then it was
Because you'd be like, we know you got the money.
that's true. But then it was like, they were like, we don't know where he is. He's normally here on 4th of July. But then we found out later he was in India, right? The richest man in the world had a wedding for his son and had Bieber perform at the wedding.
Crazy.
It wasn't even the wedding. It was like the pre-wedding party.
Just because
Do you know that's the same family that had Rihanna perform
I figured.
at the engagement party like a couple months earlier?
So you got to
So
like,
was it them that got married that had Rihanna perform?
Yeah.
Wow.
know.
You have Rihanna and JB?
Yeah.
Stop.
I know.
we got to
right?
be friends with them.
We're going to do stacks and hacks. This is where I have stacks of information. Rich has life hacks and stacks of information. The average American spends 1,460 hours a year feeling tired and says, I'm tired out loud 3 times a day. I saw Jenna back there yawning twice so far this morning. Man in California went to a bar in the San Diego area a while back, and he was closing out his $24 tab, The screen gave him 4 options, including a suggested tip of 100%. He posted a photo and now it's going viral. That's insane.
That is ridiculous.
I can't handle it now. I'm getting so irritated, but I hate it because, like, I was at a restaurant yesterday for lunch with my wife and my son, and I stand up and I order, and then they turn the thing around, and they wait. Oh, and you just fill out the form or whatever, right? And then the tip's unreasonable because I ordered, and then they bring out the food, but it's still, you know what I mean? And then I was at the airport on Monday. Get this. I'm at the airport in Los Angeles. I get a bottle of water. Let's say it costs $5. They ask for a tip.
Really?
I go up there, I grab the water, I pay for it, and they want a tip.
That's ridiculous.
Have you seen like restaurants, even when you pay, like if you sit down and order and you pay, now they don't take your credit card away. They come with a little machine right in front of you, and they stand there and watch you pick what tip that you're going to give them.
Yeah, I don't like
That's
that.
Very
the pressure
uncomfortable.
is on right there.
Very uncomfortable.
Celtic sea salt is apparently the latest rage on TikTok. Has anyone heard of this?
No.
Well, I have. I got it. I bought it, and that's the only reason I saw this biohacker influencer talking about sea salt, and he says put it in your water. It's supposed to be really, really good for you. And then I was talking to somebody at my doctor's office, and they said, well, that's what electrolytes are. And they were like, use this brand of electrolytes. It's better than just salt. It has everything else in it. But I have it at home anyway. So now I have too much salt, which is probably why I'm retaining water, which is why you'll see in our headshots, the professional headshots we took yesterday, that my face is very large and round. For one weekend next month, Taco Bell is creating a retirement community for young people near San Diego called the Cantinas. Activities include pickleball, croquet, painting classes, and knitting circles. They're trying to attract more Gen Z customers by leaning into the grandma core. Have you heard of grandma core?
Yeah.
A lot of young people think old people stuff is really cool now. Knitting circles, bocce ball, golf, a wide variety of old school games. It's first come, first serve. But if you want to
Sounds
go.
kind of fun.
Apparently, Will Smith is begging the Academy to end his 10-year Oscar ban for slapping Chris Rock. But members still haven't forgiven him yet. More importantly, neither has Chris Rock. Rich, you got pulled over not that long ago, right?
I did.
And what happened? How'd you get out of it?
Well, I did get out of it, which I've never gotten out of a speeding ticket before. I don't even know exactly what I was doing, but the officer, I started talking to him, and he was really excited about my electric truck. So I kept the conversation going and may have distracted him to the point where I gave him the number for Pat Hickey at Peoria Ford, and I never got a ticket. But I did have something that he pulled me over for. It was a thing over my license plate that you're not supposed to have. Oh. It's like a cover that I didn't know that was illegal.
Yeah, it deflects, like if you were to get flashed at a red light, it deflects the license.
Oh, I have one of those.
That's like super illegal.
Yeah,
No, but I don't have it on my car. I didn't know how to put it on.
You just have one.
Apparently, you need a screwdriver.
Yeah, well, don't put it on your car because you get pulled over for that.
Well, here are 5 things you should never, ever do if you get pulled over. Don't panic. It's natural to feel nervous, so don't panic is number 1. Don't reach for anything until they ask. Don't hide your hands. Don't get out of your car. And don't wait to get pulled over. So if they're right behind you with their lights on, yes, they're pulling you over. So don't drive. You ever seen those cars? The cops are right behind them. They're driving forever. But I get it, though, too. You're like, I need a safe spot to pull over.
Yeah.
I need a safe spot to pull over. I always, when I get pulled over, I put my hands, I turn on the dome light if it's at night, put my hands on the steering wheel, roll down the windows.
Yep.
Yep. Anyway, what do you got for life hacks, Rich?
All right, so what do you think the most dangerous thing at the beach is right now?
Sharks.
That's exactly what I would have said. In fact, they say shark bites are up in July, like more than they ever have been.
Especially here.
Yeah, especially here in the desert. But apparently that's not the thing right now. The thing that you need to worry about is because the water temperatures all of a sudden are a lot warmer. So jellyfish are at the beach and they are stinging like crazy. So watch out for jellyfish. And here's a couple of things that you can do. This makes no sense, but try it anyway. Use a yoga mat instead of a beach towel. For some reason, the jellyfish are attracted to things that are wet, like beach towels, and yoga mats deflect water, plus it's more comfortable. And if you get stung, pour some vodka on it. Don't pee on it. The pee does nothing, and the vodka will take the sting out of your jellyfish sting within seconds. So watch out for the jellyfish and, of course, the sharks. It is Shark Week, so do watch out for those. And find your life hacks at johnjayandrich.com.
I know we were on vacation last week, right? So here we are, day 3 back, and I think it maybe took a couple days for the whatever's in the air here in this building to get back into my system, because now my eyes are all red, my nose is congested, I can't see, you feel terrible.
Yeah, your face is getting really red, too.
Actually, I don't feel terrible. I feel fine, but it's like, what the hell?
Yeah. It's something here. It's something in this building.
I was totally fine until I walked in here this morning. Anyway, it's summertime. And Kyle presented us in the very beginning of summer, right? You had a summer bucket list for your family.
That's right. Kids got out of school. We were sitting at dinner, and I said, let's write down all the things we want to do. Dream big. Put down everything you guys want to accomplish and want to experience this summer. So we made the summer bucket list. And as we were going through it, I was like, okay, this list is getting kind of long. I don't think we're going to be able to get all of it done. But a lot of the things on the list were very, very adorable things. Like my kids wanted to go to water and ice. They wanted to do water balloons. They wanted to swim in their clothes, like stuff like
that's
that.
cool. That's all great.
And so I've been trying to, whenever there's kind of a lull in action around the house, we made it into a big poster board and it's sitting up on the wall in the living room. And I'm like, well, why don't we do this? And it's something on the bucket list. And now that July feels like it's halfway over, I'm looking up at the wall and we have so many check marks on this thing that now, in the beginning when I thought it wasn't possible to do everything on the list, now I'm like, oh, we're doing it. We will get done everything on this list before summer is over. We don't have a lot of time to squeeze it in. So let's do this. So yesterday, I get home from work and the kids are like, just chilling. And it totally could just be one of those days where, they just sit and watch TV or whatever. And I'm like, we're going to Andretti's. Get up.
Oh, wow.
I have to tell you guys, a random Tuesday afternoon is the best time to go to Andretti's. There was nobody there.
Oh, Andretti's is that new park.
Yeah.
It has like duck pin bowling and the arcade and like all the different types of go-karting. They have like little mini Mario Karts. They have the junior ones. They have adult ones. And we just had the best time. And the last time I went there, I was like, it was way too busy. We went on a Saturday. It was like too many people. We had the whole place to ourselves.
Really?
Tuesday afternoon's the time to go, you guys.
Not anymore.
It was so great.
Now that you just talked about
I
it.
know.
It's going to be crazy.
But we already won, so go for it. It was perfect. So I'm like, now I think we have 5 or 6 things left on the bucket list. I'm doing water balloons today, you guys.
Well, that's good. Those are all doable. Not that it's on my bucket list, but I haven't been to Disneyland in a long. Last time I was at Disneyland with you, Kyle, you and Rich, we went to Cars Land, and my kids are really little. And Dutch, who's 17 now, doesn't remember Disneyland, which is so sad.
That
right?
is sad.
Yeah, I know. So Dutch has a basketball tournament in Anaheim this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. On Friday, and they're going. Blake and him are going Thursday, and I'm going to join them Friday. And yesterday, she was talking about the first game is Friday night. And so Blake's like, Dutch, let's go to Disneyland. So Blake says to me now, hey, you don't care if Dutch and I go to Disneyland on Friday, do you? I go, no, as long as you don't go to Star Wars Land. As long as you don't, what the hell?
Yeah.
Who goes to
Why would
Disneyland
they
with half the
not go there?
family?
What? Yeah, but how do you go to Disneyland and not go to Star Wars Land?
I know, but I'm like, how could you go to Disneyland? How can you consider going to Disneyland with just one of you?
So that's her answer. You do care.
Yeah, she knows. She knows how to treat you.
Oh, man.
She knows you're going to freak out.
Like, they could start at Disneyland early.
I don't want to go to Disneyland.
Oh, my gosh.
Sure you do.
You can't complain about it. You want to go to
I
Star
don't want
Wars
to go
Land.
wait in the lines and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's
You wanna
hotter
go
than
to
hell
Star
there.
Wars
It's
Land.
hot there, too.
You're going to come home.
I want to go I want to go to Disneyland with my whole family, but I also want to go maybe December when it's not. You know how hot it's the same.
Yeah,
It's
but you
hot.
just
I know,
got to
it's a
play
heat
the
wave.
game right. You got to get like the little fast pass, genie pass thing and book ahead.
Mm-hmm.
There's a way to crush Disneyland.
Don't tell me you're not coming home with a custom lightsaber. You are.
Oh, I know I am. I know at Star Wars Land.
Yeah.
I know.
You're
In
all
December.
over this.
In
You're like,
December.
I saw Boba Fett. I saw Boba Fett, the Stormtrooper. You're going to be so excited.
I know. Wait, I don't think you understand. I'm not saying I don't want to go to Disneyland. I don't want to go to Star Wars Land. I do. I don't want to go this Friday.
And
I don't want them to go without me.
Go?
What?
Oh, so now, because
Well,
you say that, they won't go.
I was also be like, you know what? Go ahead and go. I go, but Dutch's game's at 5. You think you're going to make it through Disneyland
He's gonna be tired
by 5? You got a
actually.
game. I go,
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. So I said, I kind of gave my blessing, but at the same time, tried to have them logistically figure out that they shouldn't do it.
You
You're
passive-aggressively said, don't go.
You're very complicated. You know that, right? You're very complicated.
Yeah, passive aggressively said,
Yes.
don't go. How dare you go to Disneyland without the whole family? Then I'd be like, I'm going by myself then.
That's so funny. Easton, my son, doesn't want to go anywhere. So when we went to Disneyland for Addie's dance competition, and he wasn't he was there part of it, we went out and rode rides, and he asked me if he could stay back at the hotel with my mom because he didn't want to go.
So we just talked to Ryan. He lived in that house. If you watch that special on Netflix, what's it called? Worst Roommate Ever? Worst
Yep.
Roommate, yeah. On episode 2 of season 2, we talked to Ryan. He lived in a house where this woman was murdered. Just want to throw it out there. Call us if you lived or ever lived in a house where there was a murder. 877-937-1047. Just throw that out there just in case. Because I want to know, why would you buy the house? Why would you move in? If
Or
you
did
knew.
you even know?
Like,
Right,
he
but
didn't
if you knew,
Yeah.
then there's something twisted. Right?
I mean,
I
'cause
feel
you,
like Grant would move into a house that there was a murder at, like, willingly.
aren't you almost guaranteed to have some type of ghost activity if there was a murder in your house?
I would think so. And not like happy ghost activity.
No.
Angry, like, I
No.
was murdered ghost activity.
Speaking of murder, my sister just texted me this morning. She just discovered, like 2 days ago, You, the TV series on Netflix.
Really?
I don't know. Sometimes her lack of cluelessness or whatever you call it impresses me. She's like, have you seen You? And I'm like, You, the TV show? She's like, yeah. She goes, I'm almost done with season 3. I just started a couple days ago. I go, what? She's like, why didn't you tell me about the show? I'm like, I know I told her about the show. I told everybody about it, especially the first time you saw it.
Yeah.
Remember the first
Yeah.
time? It
First
was like,
season was
it was
great.
Yeah, it was wild.
incredible. Right? Even the second one with Love. That was good. But she's in the middle of season 3. And then I know there's a season 5 coming out, right?
Mm-hmm.
How could they possibly go with that?
They need to stop.
I mean,
We don't
I
need
think as
another
long
season.
as Joe's alive, we're going to keep going.
Anyway, 877-937-1047. Just by chance, if you ever lived in a house where there was a murder, we want to hear from you. So we're talking about Disneyland. Kyle went to Andretti's yesterday. And then Payton, what happened? You're having a family dinner.
Yeah.
What?
So we were having a family dinner. It was my dad, my brother Jalen, and my sister Dominique and I. And my dad decided he wanted to drop that we are all going on family vacation. Okay, we haven't gone on a family vacation like just my parents and us kids in a very long time, like a couple years ago.
Do you mean your parents, like you and the 3 kids?
Yes.
Like not grandkids,
No
not boyfriends,
grandkids,
girlfriends, or husbands,
no
nothing?
boyfriends are invited, like just us 5. And we're going on this trip, and my dad wants to make it like a 36-hour trip. Basically, we would drive up to Universal Studios or Magic Mountain or whatever it is at like 5 p.m. on a Friday. We would get to Hollywood, we would do dinner, we would wake up the next morning at like 7 in the morning, do an amusement park, and then leave at 5 and then drive all the way back home.
It's not a bad plan.
Not a bad plan, except for when you have me, my mom, my brother, my sister, and my dad, things seem to go south sometimes. Like, we have a lot of big personalities. My mom is a Leo just like me. We want to go to Universal Studios because we don't want to walk around Magic Mountain. It's going to be so hot. Universal Studios is like mainly indoors. You can sit down on the rides, you know what I mean? That kind of vibe. And my brother and sister, they want to do Magic Mountain because that's where my mom and dad met. And I'm like, why do we care where they met? I want to go where the air conditioning is.
Good point.
Yeah, you know the story. They met.
Yeah, and we did Magic Mountain, my dad and my siblings, a couple years ago. And that was chaos because me and my sister are both drama, and my brother is like antisocial and basically doesn't want to be around us girls ever. So,
He's antisocial with you guys.
yeah, basically. Yeah, pretty much.
Because, I mean,
Yeah, like my little brother came out as gay when he was a sophomore in high school, and he like told me that me and my sister were a big part of that the reason he doesn't like girls is because of us. If that lays it out how it is.
Thanks a lot, Jalen.
Yeah, I don't know if he feels that way now still, but it is what it is. It's all right. We live in it. But
you know, it's pretty interesting, though, that as a dad, trying to put myself in your dad's shoes, as a dad, that he wants to take his immediate family with him. And it's pretty cool that it can happen, that you guys can make it happen, because you would think your sister, hey man, I got 2 kids, I got a baby daddy, I got a house, I got dogs, I got like they can drop that. And also, then you look at it through a different point of view. It's like, why don't you want the grandkids to go so they can experience the amusement park too?
Right.
You know what I mean? But also, I get like, hey, I just want to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's pretty interesting. But dang, I don't like Magic Mountain at all.
I like
Love it.
What don't you like about it?
I don't like the roller coasters and walk around, and I just went. I remember I went when I was like 15, and I hated everything about it.
Okay.
But I do like Universal Studios because all the movie sets and stuff and all that cool
Yeah,
stuff.
I think that's super dope. But like Magic Mountain, like I said, that's where my parents met. So it holds like a special place in our family's heart. Like when we were all 13, when we all turned 13, my dad just took us, like just one of us kids when we turned 13.
that's
right.
He showed us the bench where he met my mom. Like that's the whole
That's
thing.
cute.
Yeah, and I'm like, but I've already seen it. I don't want to see it again.
Yeah, let's go to Harry Potter
I
Land.
want to go see the Minions ride, okay?
Do you know?
Yeah.
You know, that's interesting. Kyle, do you know where your parents met?
I do not.
You don't? Do you, Rich, know where your
I
parents met?
do.
Where?
They met at a department store because they both worked there. My dad worked in
Oh, that's
shoes,
cute.
and my mom worked in, the whole other thing.
Yeah.
My mom and dad met. My mom came from Mexico, and my dad came from the Netherlands. And my dad was the manager of a restaurant in Los Angeles, and my mom was the hostess.
Hey, now.
And she couldn't speak very good English. And I do know that they got married because she got pregnant with me. And when I tried to figure out the story, I'm born in September. Beginning of September means they tore it up New Year's Eve, probably. Don't you think?
I mean, the timing would work out, Crabs. Timing would work.
Isn't it bad though that like we've all done that math in our head? Like when it's our birthday and it's like, my parents were getting it on 9 months ago.
I know, and I feel like they were getting freaky too on New Year's Eve. Like it was a special.
That's funny. I'm like, I've thought about that. I was like, my parents were like, oh, it was probably Valentine's Day.
Disturbing. It's just so.
Hey, I forgot we're talking about Murder House. Rose. So we were watching this show called Worst Roommate Ever, and we just talked to someone that lived in that house, the house that somebody was murdered in. You had a similar experience?
Yes, I did. We were living, we had just moved to a house. We lived there like a couple months, and our neighbor introduced herself. She worked for the police department, and she let us know there was a murder-suicide in our house before we moved in. So they had separated. They were a young couple, and he had called her back over just to talk to her, and he held her hostage. The whole police department was out there and everything like that. And he said he was going to let her go, but instead he shot her in the head and then shot himself in the head.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so do you know this before you move in?
No, we did not. Like I said, it was like the lady that worked it. She worked for forensics, and she actually worked the case.
Okay, so now that you know this about your house, how does that affect you when you go home?
Well, I don't live there anymore. Like I said, we were younger.
No, but when you did live there.
Yeah, but we lived there for a while, and it was kind of creepy because we kind of felt like, I don't know, it just felt sad all the time because I don't know if it was just our emotions feeding off of it or with something else like supernatural or something like that, because we had a couple instances where the TV would cut on by itself, and it was one of those old TVs, you know what I'm talking about, like old console TVs, and because this was back in the 90s, and so it was just definitely like it just always felt like something was there.
That makes sense. I mean, if you walk into like your auntie's house, it feels good, right? It feels like home. But if you walk into a murder house, it's got to feel sad or something, like you were saying.
Did you feel that before you found out and you were like, oh, that explains why the TV's been going on by itself? That explains why we always feel kind of like down when we're here.
Yeah, there was, honestly. There was a certain uncomfortableness because my mom, she considers herself a sensitive, and she was kind of like, something doesn't, feel right. They needed to move into a house really quick. It wasn't like, they did a lot of house hunting. So I remember that situation, and she wasn't too crazy about the house in the beginning.
Well, how long did you guys live there after you found out?
About 3 years.
That's
I would have been out almost immediately.
And we moved out to Arizona after that. So.
Man.
Can you cleanse it or anything like that? Do you burn sage or anything?
No, we just kind of, the lady across the street, she just came over and she said some prayers and stuff like that. She knew their names. I can't remember their names. Like I said, I was 18 years old, and she was just because we really think it was her spirit that was kind of, lingering because of the sadness.
Well, thank you, Rose, for sharing that story.
Thank you.
Pretty wild, though, if you go to the other side and your only power is to turn on the TV.
An old TV.
Yeah, you're like,
if it was a new one. If it was Apple TV,
I wonder how you get, what makes you stronger in the afterlife messing with the people in your life. You know what I mean? Like, you can only turn on the TV. Like, at least a TV in the blender. Yeah. Maybe open a drawer or something.
And that's a murder house. You think they'd have all kinds of powers.
Maybe that's why. Maybe murder. You did murder, you can only turn on the TV. That's it. If you're a good person, you die, you can do all kinds of stuff.
You got light switches if you're good people.
Kanye West, why is he in the news, Kyle? What happened?
So, Rich the Kid actually posted screenshots of texts between Kanye West, or Ye, I guess we're supposed to call him that now, and himself. And basically, Ye said, I'm considering retiring from professional music. Blanket statement, right? And then Rich the Kid responded all these things like, the youngsters need you. Everybody needs your music. You're so important. And then someone posted the headline that Kanye's retiring from music, and the Rich the Kid reposted that and then commented, Trick, we're releasing July 19th. So he's got an album. Rich the Kid's got an album coming out July 19th. And then Kanye West announced that he's going to do like a Vultures listening party in Korea in August, like late August. So I don't know if maybe after that he's retiring, or if that was just Ye reaching out, needing a little extra support, a little extra encouragement.
What did we have? I actually saw the headline yesterday, and I didn't want to click on it. The Kate Beckinsale stuff. I hate when they click on our link for all the details.
Okay, so you guys remember it was I think a month or two ago, like Kate Beckinsale hospitalized for a mystery illness. Nobody knows what's going on. And then she posted a picture. It was kind of like a sexy picture, and someone commented you're going to need to work out more. You lost your booty. And then she responded, actually, I just sat and watched my dad die unexpectedly in the hospital. And then her mom died. And then she was hospitalized because she got so depressed because of that and wasn't eating. And it burnt her esophagus.
Oh, it's
and so
terrible.
She it was wow. If you're the person that made that comment and that was the response you got from Kate Beckinsale, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I had no idea you were going through that.
Did it end with, and that's why I lost my booty?
Yeah.
That's why she lost her booty?
Yeah. I mean, she didn't
The guy's
say
like,
that,
oh, well,
but
you could do lunges in the hospital.
she did say she lost a lot of weight because of the stress and depression and got really sick because of it.
And that's a good reminder that you don't know what people are going
You don't
through.
know what-
So if
yeah.
you don't have anything nice to say, just keep it to yourself.
Just zip it. Yeah.
So what's the Taylor Swift stuff with Post Malone?
Well, everyone's really excited. Well, Swifties are really excited because Taylor Swift and Post Malone released an acoustic version of Fortnite.
Gotta be honest, love it
Yeah.
so much. Like it better than the orig.
Same.
I
It's
don't
more
hear the
emotional
difference.
to me.
It
Sounds
sounds
exactly
so
the same.
similar to
It
me.
sounds exactly what we talked about yesterday. Taylor Swift's being accused of re-releasing certain things so that she stays on top.
I know it does sound really
Because it sounds
similar.
exactly like the song I hear on the radio. I can't tell, but what do I know? Anyway, what about Gypsy Rose? Why is she so famous, and what's the news now?
Well, she's so famous because she killed her mom. She murdered her mom, her and
That
her
happens a
boyfriend.
lot.
I know, but it's why does that make you a celebrity? I'm just what?
Yeah, because her mom had
Munchausen
by proxy. So basically, she was saying Gypsy Rose, her daughter was sick, had cancer, had all of these things, diabetes, and she didn't. And Gypsy Rose found this boy on the internet, and they did her. They did her wrong.
Yeah. And then, so then she goes, she's in jail. She meets her now estranged husband, Ken, right? And then they broke up. And then they announced that they're having a baby.
I am 11 weeks pregnant. We're both very excited. This was not planned at all. It was completely unexpected. But we're both very excited to take on this new journey of parenthood.
Hopefully she
got
doesn't go
therapy?
down the same route her mom went
That's
down.
what she said. She was like, I want to be the mom. My mom was never for me.
Yeah.
And there was
So-
a lot of mixed emotions on her announcing her pregnancy.
The baby's with the husband?
Yeah, that they had broken up, but obviously they still weren't totally broken up. They were hanging out.
Because when she
Hooking
got
up.
released, she had another husband.
That's what I mean. I remember something like that. Yeah.
And then they got divorced. There was a whole thing.
And then I thought she got a boyfriend right away.
Yeah,
another
that
boyfriend.
was her estranged husband that she married when she was in prison. So she got back
This
together
is
with
why we
her
say
prison
therapy.
husband.
It's a mess. It's a mess.
And
But
now
At
you
least
know
you
what?
took parenting class.
They're
At
happy.
the very least.
And so we are happy for them.
Anything new going on with Diddy?
Diddy is living his best life, Johnjay. Diddy just went on a trip with some of his kids. He's whitewater rafting, posted a picture, having the best time ever. And Cassie's lawyer was like, oh, no, you don't, mister. I love the response from Cassie's lawyer. She literally said, and I quote, I don't think that this is going to prepare him for the choppy waters that lie ahead.
See, I thought the Cassie case with him and her was closed already. Like they paid her off and everything.
I think it's reopened. I
that
think
case
there's
or just
a
all
new-
the other stuff?
And others.
All the other,
and
yeah.
What about Drake?
Drake's got new music coming out. He took an L with the Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, yeah, because what's happened with Kendrick Lamar? That song's still blowing up.
Oh, it's so blowing up. That song is literally like whatever the burger joint in Compton is that's in the music video is now blowing up because of Kendrick Lamar's song Not Like Us and his music video that he dropped. But Drake, he's been working on music, and his team put out a memo basically saying, like, new stuff from Drake is coming. It's going to be heat. I'm like, okay.
Have you guys seen the meme of Drake at the Michael Rubin party?
I
saw
meme or
him
the
like
picture?
Camila Cabello. Is you talking about that?
No, it's just a picture of Drake and like the background of someone else's picture, and it literally looks like Drake is 20 years older.
Oh, yeah.
Like he
He's like a
looks
president.
so tired.
Oh, yeah, that's what they're saying.
And everyone's
he's
like,
been aged.
Yeah, like he's aged because of the diss track that this has taken so much life out of him. So it's like, if you get this picture of Drake, know that I'm tired of you.
The internet is literally so funny.
I'm so glad no one said that to me yet. Gosh, Payton, how'd you see it? People send it to Payton all the time.
No, it was my Bible in the shade room.
Payton is sending it to people.
I'm watching Sprint on Netflix, and it's kind of gearing me up for the Olympics because it's all track and field. Episode 1's really good. It's about this guy Noah Lyles. He runs against the Olympic champion from the 2020 Olympics. And episode 2 is about the girls track. It's Sha'Carri. You know, like, remember she's
She's the one that got down for failing the drug test.
Right. And another girl from Jamaica who's a badass. They're both freaking phenomenal. They don't bring up the weed thing, which is interesting. I thought they were going to bring it up. But it's cool to watch, especially the Olympics are a couple weeks away. Track and field is probably the biggest thing, one of the biggest things in the Olympics. But then Jenna here on the show, we have this little document that we all share and post things up throughout the day. And Jenna posted something about the Olympic team, the gymnastics team. Mm-hmm. What happened to the gymnastics team?
With Jade Carey?
I don't know. The gymnastics team.
The Michaela Skinner girl stuff, too? Isn't that her name?
You said, I posted the USA gymnastics team on our Instagram.
Yeah. Okay, so Jade Carey. So I've been following the gymnastics a little bit, and there's a local girl, Jade Carey, who's from, I believe, Gilbert, but she made the team, and I posted on Kiss FM just shouting out, like, oh, local love, like, cheering for you, Jade Carey, and not thinking that she would, like, see it or anything, but she noticed it. She responded, and she was like, oh, my gosh, thank you so much.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I know you're busy, girl. Like, you're literally going to the Olympics, but we'd love to talk to you after and, like,
during.
Yeah,
we had an intern. An intern of ours was in the Olympics, and she was reporting from the Olympics the whole time. She went on to become very famous. Jenny Finch.
Oh, that's awesome.
She was a softball player.
Pitcher.
She went to the White House, and she brought the president a bunch of our swag and stuff.
That's awesome.
But she would call in throughout the Olympics. So you should ask Jade if she wants to be our reporter.
That's cool.
That'd be awesome.
So I'm super excited. I hope that we get
like she's on Simone Biles' team.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Have
cool.
you guys heard all of the stuff, though, with the gymnastics and, like, all of these 5 girls that made the Olympic team?
What stuff?
There's this girl named Michaela Skinner, and I'm pretty sure she's also from Arizona, and she posted this YouTube video basically saying that the girls who made the Olympic team, so the Jade Carey, Simone Biles, of course I'm blanking on the names right now of everyone else, but she basically came out and said that the girls that made this Olympic team are not skilled enough, don't have the work ethic, don't have the body type, like all of these types of things, and basically said that women's gymnastics is now watered down because of the Larry Nassar trial 5 years ago.
And she's on the team?
She retired at the last Olympics in 2020, and she said that she should have came out of retirement to compete with these girls because she has better work ethic, all this type of stuff. Simone Biles clapped back, said not everybody deserves a platform to be able to speak on things, all types of stuff. She got so much backlash.
Why would she say that? It's like she was one of Larry Nassar's victims.
Exactly.
But it's like, and because of that, it's like, you don't lash out on your fellow people because there were so many people in her profession that were also his victims. It's like you lift each other up.
Your friends at that.
Yeah.
Like, it was really distasteful, and a lot of people are super, super upset with her because it's like, you don't touch that. Like,
well, if she's right, if the Olympic team sucks, and Jenna, get in there.
I'm on my way.
Work on your somersaults.
I mean, Simone Biles is like the best gymnast of all time, and she's on our team. I don't know how you can even be accurate saying that.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing Jenna said, and this is all caps with exclamation points, like, good news. Good news. You want to get into that?
Oh, yeah. The other guest that I reached out to? Okay, so last week I was just like, I'm just going to shoot my shot with everyone, right? And there's a local girl that was on Love Island last year, Johnny, and I was...
You're like the only person I know watching Love Island. But I know it's big because it pops up on...
one day, I'm so convinced that I can get someone to watch the show with me in here. But I reached out to her and I was like, hey, I'm Jenna. I'm a big fan. Because she's from here, or she lives here. And I was like, if you ever want to come on the show, we'd love to talk Love Island. And she was like, well, I'm busy till August, but then maybe, yeah. And I was like, hey, that's a win for me. That's a win for me.
Is she like, now, Payton going to go, did you see so-and-so from Love Island? They said that all Love Island contestants suck. They should come out of retirement to win Love Island.
No, I actually saw that reply, Jenna, because I was just looking looking through our Johnjay and Rich DMs. I'm like, who is this? And I clicked, and all I saw was, hey, Jenna, Love Island. I was like, okay, girlfriend. All right. And I just scrolled. I was like, I'm manifesting this for you, babe. I know.
It's your show, right?
Oh my gosh, it's getting so good, you guys.
Do you want to go on it?
Kinda.
I don't know. Is it a dating show?
Let's get Jenna on the show.
I would love it. But I did write in there, I was like, okay, if I ever go on it, I need like media training. I need to learn how to like kiss and look good on camera. I need to learn how to like, because they do some crazy challenges that I'm not.
Reality show Olympics for Jenna.
We can practice. We can practice all that.
Please. So yeah, I mean, if anyone wants to like vote me in or like send a message, go ahead.
I see the training video right now. It's like, dan, 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 dan.
This is how you kiss on reality TV.
Jenna's making out with 3 different people. No, Jenna, less tongue. Less tongue.
I need it. And then I need like the baddie energy from Payton.
You just gotta be yourself, girl. Confidence wins everything.
You know what? You got my sister be a judge.
Yes.
Because my sister she has all kinds of deals with TV shows.
All right, let her know I'm ready.
She did The
2025.
Bachelor.
Get her, Coach Kyle. Get her.
Entering the villa.
What's that one show?
Up, down, up, down.
What's that
You
one
say
show?
no to that boy. You say no to him.
We went there. They all lived in a house.
Big Brother?
She did
Oh,
Big Brother.
Big Brother, that's cool.
I love that.
All right, Jenna. Good luck. Let's do it. We got to put it
Thank you.
together.
Sign me up.